Good people, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I haven't got a mic connected because it is going to be like a moving around type video and I can't quite connect a mic. Also, excuse the mess in the background. I am actually filming my ultimate clothing brand starter kit, which comes out on the 10th of October hopefully, so that will be a week and a bit from when this video goes out. But this video, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Teddy G, and on this channel I like to take you guys on a journey of building my clothing brand, as well as trying to drop tips, tricks, gems and all of that good stuff. I upload every Wednesday and Sunday. I have been very consistent for the last couple of months, so I can actually say that with my chest. I upload every Wednesday and Sunday. So a couple uploads ago I was talking about my luxury box packaging, and I asked you guys whether you wanted to see how I actually customize this packaging, and everybody said yeah, we want to see that. So that's what this video today is going to be about. I am going to be showing you guys how I customize my luxury packaging with my logo, basically, because I wanted to save some money. The manufacturer of my boxes were quoting me some mad price to just put my logo on there, so I was like, I can actually do this myself. I haven't actually done this in a while, so we're gonna be going through this together. My silhouette portrait, like the lid broke off when I was moving into this office, so I'm actually hoping that it actually still works, and I've got all the cables and stuff. Really and truly, I should have trialed this before like filming this video, but here we are. So what I'm quickly gonna do now, before I start trying to connect everything up, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what you need to actually start customizing your packaging yourself. So the main thing you're gonna need is a vinyl cutter. I know the focus is probably on my face right now, but yeah, you need the vinyl cutter. Mine is the Silhouette Portrait 2, I believe, and this part goes here, so it broke. But yeah, this is the main thing you're gonna need in order to create the labels that you're gonna put on your packaging, and you can get them from like Amazon, eBay, I think, Hobbycraft if you're in the UK, and probably like your stationery haberdashery type store if you're in the US or anywhere else in the world. Next, you are of course gonna need scissors. I'm so happy I found this because I was thinking, do I even have a scissors in my office right now? But yeah, you're gonna need scissors. You are gonna need this, which is basically application tape, and it helps you transfer the cut out vinyl to your actual packaging. When we go through it, I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. So you're gonna need this. Mine is from D-Tape. You can probably just type into like eBay or Amazon like application tape, which is what it's called. Then of course you are gonna need your vinyl. The vinyl I'm using today is this orange one, and it's also from DE Tape. I believe I got this from MDP Supplies, which is in Essex somewhere, along with this application tape. I've actually had this for years, guys, years, and it's still serving me today. So you're gonna need vinyl and the application tape. You are going to need a computer with the Silhouette program downloaded, so I need to actually check whether that's all sorted on my end as well. And then the last thing you're gonna need is like a seam ripper or a weeding tool. I don't actually have one, and I knew I didn't have one in my office, so we'll see how we're gonna get through that for me. But you're gonna need, I'm gonna pop on the screen exactly what I mean. And then of course you're gonna need the packaging that you're gonna be customizing. In my case, my boxes are up here. So these are my boxes. I'm going to be customizing one for this video, and then maybe in another video I'll just like go through customizing the rest, because I actually am running low on boxes with labels. So you're going to need whatever it is that you want to customize. Let's hop into my computer. Right, so I'm now hopping into my computer. Like I said, excuse all of that. That's my filming setup. That's the bit that you don't see. I've plugged in my Silhouette Portrait there, and I'm just opening the program up onto my MacBook. So I believe we are in my screen right now, and we've got Silhouette open, and I actually already have the logo that I use for my boxes here, and because I used them for my bags when I did my pop-up last year. So I'm just going to show you guys how I actually created this logo on the program, and I'm fortunate enough to have the text that I use for my logo on the actual system. So I just go over here to the A, and this is the text text that I use for my logo. So all I have to do is click it and that's selected, then go over here and now type my logo. And that's pretty much my logo, good and ready to go. Now, if you are somebody that's designed your logo in Adobe Illustrator, for example, let me move you guys so you can see me properly. Is it the chair that squeaks? I don't know what's squeaking, guys. So if you're somebody that's designed your logo in Adobe Illustrator, you're basically gonna wanna open up that logo in here. For example, this is a PNG, so you'd wanna have saved it as a PNG. And as you can see, when you import your logo, this is probably what it would look like. So I'm just gonna increase the size of that. We're gonna go over here where it says open the trace panel, and we're gonna select trace area like this. And as you can see, it's filled it in. You can toggle some of these buttons to like further fill it in. And once you're happy, you can just click trace, and then you should be able to separate your logo, get rid of that, and the program will cut out this part of the logo. So I hope that made sense. I wanted to just quickly explain how it would work, say if you don't have your font on the actual program. So you can just import your logo, but you've got to make sure that it is a PNG logo with a transparent background so that you can just easily trace it as you saw me do there, and essentially get the outline and cut it that way. What the program cuts is this red outline that you can see. So anyway, we're gonna go back to my logo, which is here, and I'm actually gonna go back to this one because this one already has the correct sizing. So I'm just gonna copy that over to this page just to ensure that it's the right size. As you can see, mine would have actually come out a little bit too small. I'll come to think of it, I can't remember how big the logos were on my bags, so it actually might be worth going with this smaller logo actually. But as you can see, it says 7.7 inches, and I do have a tape measure here so I can kind of gauge how big the logo is going to be. So the logo is going to be about this big. If I take that over to my box, is that the size logo I want to go for? Yeah, I actually don't mind. Maybe I'll reduce it just a little bit, but the logo will be about that big on the actual box. So that's something you can do. Like obviously the silhouette is going to tell you how big your logo is going to be, and you can just get your packaging and just measure it up and decide whether that's the size logo that you want to go for. So I've just reduced the size of my logo. The settings of your cut program is probably the most important thing, and I pretty much get it wrong all the time. So I'm clicking over here where it says send, and as we can see, it's ready, so that's good. Everything is looking good. So we've come over here, and this is where we're going to set up our settings. So let's go back to design and go to the logo that we're actually working with. So that's this one over here, and we're going to go over to send. So here where it says materials, so you can basically select from all the different types of materials they have for you. So for us, we are looking for vinyl, and I like to go for vinyl matte. The action we want is for the machine to actually cut it. The other options are sketch, and I feel like score used to be there as well, but I don't know where that's gone. We want auto blade. The blade depth is already set because we have selected vinyl matte, and the force is set at 10, and we're going for a speed of 5 and 1 pass. But honestly, every single vinyl is different, so you just never know whether that's actually gonna work. You just have to test it out. So I've now got my vinyl here, and I'm gonna show you exactly how we pop it into our cutter. So the vinyl needs to sit between these two white parts in order to actually roll in. So once it's sitting between those two parts, I can then click this button here, and that's gonna pull the vinyl into the machine. So now on our computer, I can click send, and this will start to do its thing. So God willing, everything is like in the right setting. As you can see, it is cutting over there. Fingers crossed. It is done. You can definitely tell that my vinyl cutter is old because boy, that was crying. The next part is actually the part that I hate the most. It can be quite relaxing for some people, but I find it really tedious. So I'm just cutting out my logo just so that I'm not wasting too much of the vinyl. The first thing we're gonna need to do is to actually peel back this excess vinyl. So instead of a weeding tool or a seam ripper, I'm just gonna use this tiny little pin. So this is the moment of truth, whether this was actually truly cut out, because if it hasn't, I'm gonna have a meltdown, and then we'll have to go back onto the program and adjust the settings. And lo and behold, the thing is, I can see that it's cut out, but it's just, this is the thing, this can be quite temperamental. Let's see. Okay, if that's happening for you, so basically it doesn't really want to remain, we have to adjust the settings on the program. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to those settings, and I'm going to increase the blade depth to 2 and increase the force to 14. So before it was on 10 and 1, so it's gonna go 2 to 15, and we're gonna try that out and see what happens. So again, I'm just gonna cut that section off and hope it works. I think I'm gonna try from the A side this time. Same thing. I'm gonna show you guys a trick that I learned when your logo is temperamental like this. So what we're gonna do instead is grab our application tape, which is disgusting, and we're gonna grab a bit that's obviously big enough, and we're gonna place that on top of the logo instead. And we're really gonna push that in, because this actually tends to work when your logo wants to be temperamental. So basically we've got this bit facing upwards, and we've just attached tape. So the first thing we're going to peel back is the backing. Now next we're going to carefully now peel this part off, and hopefully the letters should stay. So it is still being difficult, so we have to change those settings again. Ugh, this is the truth of it. You just have to adjust these settings until you come to a cut setting that actually works. So that's now been cut. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. I hope you like videos like this where I show mistakes and that, just so that it gives you solutions if this happens to you, I suppose. Straight off the back, I'm just gonna stick this on here, and I'm gonna apply pressure, like a lot of pressure. Same thing, peel back the backing paper, and then carefully peel back the vinyl. There's our V. Our V has finally stayed behind. Now S is usually a difficult one for sure, so I'm gonna need to give it a little helping hand. But you just got to give it a little bit of a helping hand. And there we have it. Finally, we now need to take off the little bit in the O. So we're just gonna take that bit off. There we go. And the little bit in the A, the little triangle. And we've got our logo ready to go on our box. Once you've got it all like peeled back, this next part is quite easy. So we need to grab our box and make sure that we're putting the logo on the right part. So next, what you're gonna wanna do is to get like a ruler or something so that you can make sure that it's central. I usually eyeball it, if I'm completely honest with you, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to show you how to do it properly. This box is 13 centimeters exactly, so half of 13 is 6.5. So here is where I want the center of my logo to sit. So I'm just going to apply it right there, and also we need to make sure that it's straight as well. I tend to look at it from afar and see whether it looks like it's straight, and it does. Lay that down with a lot of pressure. We need to make sure we counteract that pressure, and if we do, you should be able to peel this back and reveal your logo. You can then just go back in and just really make sure we've pushed in that logo. And that is our box customized, guys. And that's basically how I customize my packaging, because I am a cheap babe. I really hope that this video has been helpful and you've learned a thing or two. Like mentioned, all you need is that silhouette cutter, some vinyl, obviously the program, and a little bit of elbow grease and patience, and you will be able to customize your boxes. And look how much of a difference that makes. So this is one that's not customized and this is one that's customized. Guys, like I said, my ultimate clothing brand starter kit is coming out on the 10th of October. In my description and my pinned comment, I will have like the sign up for it, and the first 30 people to enroll in my starter kit will actually receive a free one-on-one session that they can literally cash in at any time to talk to me whilst they're going through the starter kit. And also the introductory offer is only valid for the first 200 enrollments. So I'm just letting you guys know that now. I'm going to have the link in my description and my pinned comment. But yeah guys, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I will definitely catch you in my very next video.